go to Rangers. They finished second in the league, so they will now have to go through the Champions League playoffs. Do you think, arguably from a financial point of view, it is one of their biggest games of the season, given how much money is on the line if they do go through?
It's by far the biggest game of the season. In terms of the, first of all, assuming that they get some better results than last season. Mm-hmm. In the Champions League, it is 2.4 million sterling for a win, 800,000 for all. I think it's 2.7 and 900,000 euro. Then you get the bigger opponents, which is whilst Rangers will sell out regardless of the competition that they're in. We saw last season, I think it was £135 for a 3-match ticket for the group stages. If they're in the group stages, again they will sell out whatever packages they put before fans. It will be that much harder to do that in one of the more junior competitions in Europe. And there's also the broader issue of they need to keep Celtic in their sights, and being in the Champions League is one way of achieving that.
Yeah, and that rolls nicely into the final question, actually. Just from Celtic's point of view, obviously there is a bit of a financial gap between them and Rangers. If Rangers fail to qualify for the Champions League, are you concerned that gap is just going to continue to grow?
Yes, I mean, Celtic have the benefit of the bigger stadium. They've got probably more beneficial commercial deals at present, slightly, simply because the stadium is bigger, so therefore you've got more hospitality slots and so on. You have to be a little bit cautious when comparing the top line figures, because Celtic show their shirt sales on a gross basis and Rangers show theirs on a commission basis, which is always pointed out to me by the Rangers board whenever I have a conversation with them. But in terms of profitability, they've been more successful than Rangers. And if Rangers fail to qualify, they've won, was it 12 out of 13?
Yeah, I think so.
They do have a more expensive squad. It means that they're in a stronger position over the course of the summer to strengthen that squad even further.
Yeah, absolutely. It's very, very tough for Rangers to start a season with, as we say, probably the biggest match of the season. For them. Yeah, very, very tough.
I mean, it's another loss in the old firm, irrespective of the fact it was a cup competition. Do you think that's what's holding the club back, Alan? Is the problem that mental hurdle, getting over, beating Celtic? Is that what the club needs to sort of achieve to go and win more silverware?
Yeah, it's probably a mentality thing. I mean, if you look at all the games this season, there's been 4 losses and 1 draw. I mean, it's not good enough. And I think in 3 out of the 5, they've given them a 2-goal head start. It's not good enough. They have to get over this hurdle. But you have to do it in, I want to say, small steps, because you need it. It doesn't just come. Of course, one victory can change all that round. But this season, it's been difficult for them. So something they're going to have to get over. That's their main rivals. And that's the thing with Celtic. They've done this for a number of years now. They've won a lot of trophies. They know how to get it done. I even go back to the season. You go back 8-10 weeks, and you think when Rangers lost to Motherwell, I think it was, they had no rhythm within the team. The consistency was up and down. Injuries, yes, but that's where they started to falter. Where Celtic, the exact same weekend, they played Hearts and lost. And what did they do? They just turned it round instantly, because it was a mentality thing. No, we need to go and win all our games here. And that's what they've done. They went on a great run and kind of got to the final in a real good place, where it's something Rangers could probably learn from.
Do you think it has been, all in all, a successful season under Clement? Are you pleased with the way things have gone? Or actually, do you think there are key significant areas that need to be improved going into next season?
Yeah, of course, there's areas that need to be improved. But I think overall, when you actually sit back, people were talking about a treble at one stage. I mean, that was going to be very difficult. Let's not kid ourselves on. But where they've come from to where they are now, I think you have to give the manager plaudits for that. Did they run out of steam towards the end? Absolutely. I just said that the last 8-10 weeks of the season. Injuries didn't help them. There was no consistency with the starting 11. I think that really reflects on where they ended up. Where you look at Celtic, you literally knew their starting lineup from week to week. So, yes, there's areas of concern moving into the summer in terms of the squad. There'll be a lot of players going out. There'll be loan players going back, people running out of contracts. So it's a big job, and they're going to have to get it right, because they have to hit the ground running. And there's going to be a sizable turnover, you would have thought. So it's a big off season for Clement and this Rangers team.